Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to teach you tenses. Let me tell you one thing before I proceed that if you really want to improve your English speaking skills, it is very much required to have the proper knowledge of the tenses. As we know that there are three main kinds of tenses: present tense, past tense, future tense. In the present tenses, we talk about the present time. When we have to talk about and we want to talk about the past time, we use past tenses. And if we want to talk about the future time, we use future tense. All these three kinds of tenses are further subdivided into four categories: indefinite or simple tense, continuous tense, perfect tense, perfect continuous tense. In this video, I am going to teach you present tense. I will teach you the four kinds of present tense: present indefinite tense, which is also called as simple present tense. Second one is present continuous tense. Third one is present perfect tense. And the fourth one is present perfect continuous tense. Let me proceed now. Firstly, we have present indefinite tense. Firstly, you need to study. Suppose there's a Punjabi sentence or Hindi sentence in your mind and you want to translate it in English. You want to see that same Punjabi or Hindi sentence in English. At that moment, you will require to identify that Punjabi or Hindi sentence in your mind, that which kind of sentence which kind of tense it is. And how you will do that? You will have to go with its identification recognition. And how you will identify that particular Punjabi or Hindi sentence which is in your mind? If that, suppose you have a Punjabi sentence in your mind, like it is given in the example, मैं स्कूल जांदा हाँ. You want to say this thing in English. Then recognize that what you have as the last words in this Punjabi sentence. Like you can see, it has da haan. If you will have da haan, de han, these words in the last of that Punjabi sentence which you have in your mind, or suppose you have a Hindi sentence in your mind. As we can take an example of this sentence, मैं स्कूल जाता हूँ. Suppose you want to say it in English. Then you have to identify what it has as the last words in this sentence. It has है, हूँ, हाँ. If a sentence would have these words in the last of the sentence, you can say that a particular Punjabi or Hindi sentence which you want to speak in English is in the present indefinite tense. Now you have got learnt the identification, recognition, that how to recognize a particular sentence, because it is very much important to recognize a sentence first. Then you can see after the recognition there's a structure formation. Now you have recognized that a particular a Punjabi or Hindi sentence is in the form of the present indefinite tense. Now you want to, suppose you want to convert it into English language, you want to translate it, then you would have to follow its structure. The structure of present indefinite tense is, firstly subject comes, then we use the first form of verb with s, es or ies, then we use object. If we take an example of this sentence, मैं स्कूल जांदा हाँ, what is the subject in this sentence? मैं, I. You will have to write I. Then you will have to use first form of verb, go. Then you will have to use object, school. School is the object. I go to school. So while following this structure formation of present indefinite tense, you have finally translated it in English. Let me teach you here what is a subject. Subject is any noun or pronoun. What is the first form of verb? As we know that all verbs have three forms, and in present indefinite tense we use first form of verb, then object. Now there is one condition, like you can see here, I have taken an example of a sentence, she writes a book. वो किताब लिखती है, वह किताब लिखती है. Here with the verb we have used s, with the right we have used s. Why? Because the subject is third person and singular. We use s, es or ies with the first form of verb when this subject is in the form of third person and this subject is singular. What is singular and what is plural? What is the difference between these two? Singular is we are talking about one person, one place or one thing. Plural is we are talking about more than one person, more than one place and more than one thing. Let me tell you here that in English grammar we have three persons. We talk about and we study three persons in English grammar. First person is we are talking about ourselves, like I, we, me, mine, us. Second person is we are talking about the next person, suppose with whom we are talking, like you, yours. Third person is he, she, it, they, Ram, Sita. These are the third persons. When or this verb will be in the when or subject will be in the form of third person and singular, when this subject will be third person and singular, only then we will use s, es or ies with the first form of verb. So this is the structure formation of present indefinite tense, which you have to follow if you want to translate any Punjabi or Hindi sentence. Next, let me teach you with what kind of verbs we have to use s, es or ies with the verbs. Okay, let me tell you that what are the vowels and what are the consonants in English. As we know that there are total 26 alphabets in English. Among those 26 alphabets, vowels are A, E, I, O, U. These alphabets are the vowels. And all the remaining alphabets in English, those alphabets are called consonants. Now let me tell you that where to use S, ES or IES. Suppose you have a verb like play. Here in this verb you have Y in the last, and before that Y you have a vowel. With these kinds of verbs we use S. Suppose you have some verbs like class, match, cash, go, in the last of whose you have double S, CH, SH and O. With such kind of verbs we use ES. And suppose you have a verb in the last of whose you have Y and before that you have a consonant, then we just remove the Y and use IES at its place. So this is the sentence formation of present indefinite tense. This is the exercise which you can solve to practice your present indefinite tense. Next, I am going to teach you present continuous tense. Its identification is in the last we have, if that sentence is in the Punjabi language, then we have reha hai, rahi hai, rahe han. And if that sentence is in the Hindi language, then we have raha ha, rahi hai, rahe han. Sorry, रहा है, रही है, रहे हैं. And what is the structure formation of present continuous tense? Let me tell you one thing, that what is present continuous tense. Like some work, some action is going on in the present time, which is called as present continuous tense. And this is the structure. This is the structure of present continuous tense. Firstly, we write subject, then we use helping verb. We use is, am or are. One helping verb from these three. Then we write first form of verb with ing. Then we write object. Like she is the pronoun. It is a pronoun. It is a subject with singular like he, she, it, Ram, Sita. With these we use is. With am, with I we use am. With plural like you, we, they. Like girls, we use are. So she is a singular, so we have used is. Then first form of verb, write plus ing, writing. Then object, a book. So this is the sentence formation of present continuous tense. This is the exercise. These are some sentences which you can translate to do practice of present continuous tense. Next is present perfect tense. Its identification is if a sentence in the Punjabi form, Punjabi language, then in the last you would have the words like chuka hai. Chuki hai, chuke han means the action or work is completed in the present time. It is completed. Work or action is completed in the present time. This is the definition of present perfect tense. And its structure? Its structure is we have subject at the first place, then we have has or have. We use one helping verb from both of these. We use has with the singular, with he, she, it. With these we use has. We use have with the plural plus with the I. With you, we, they, we use have. She was singular, so we used has. Then we use third form of the verb. Like what is the third form of the verb? Write, wrote, written. We have used the third form of a verb. Then object. So this is the structure formation of a present perfect tense. Next is this is the exercise you can practice. This is the exercise of present perfect tense which you can practice. Next is present perfect continuous tense. Its recognition is if suppose a sentence is in the Hindi language in our mind which we want to translate or speak in English language, it would have the last words से रहा है, से रही है, से रहे हन, से रहे हैं, से रहा हूँ. And its structure is subject, then there is has or have. With has or have we use been, like has been, have been. Then first form of the verb plus ing, then object, then we use since or for. Then comes the remaining part of a sentence. You can take an example of this sentence. She has been writing a book since morning. Let me tell you that where to use since and where to use for. With the point of time we use since, like morning, afternoon, 1940, 6 a.m. With these points of time we use since, and with the period of time we use for, like some days, many months. This is the period of time, and with period of time we use for. This is an exercise of present perfect continuous tense which you can solve to practice it. If you really liked this video, then please subscribe my channel, like my video, and please don't forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you so much.